Have you ever wondered how to budget on a minimum wage income? Welcome to the world of budgeting, a journey that navigates you through the path of financial stability and independence. Budgeting is a crucial skill, and it becomes all the more essential when you're earning a minimum wage. It's like a roadmap to your financial goals, guiding you to make the most out of every penny earned. Yes, we get it. Budgeting on a low income seems challenging, almost like a high mountain peak that's tough to conquer. It might seem like you're continually scraping the bottom of the barrel, but trust us when we say it's doable. It's all about the right approach, a pinch of discipline, and a sprinkle of determination. By understanding your income, tracking your expenses, and creating an effective budget, you can indeed stretch your minimum wage farther than you think. So, ready to learn how to stretch that minimum wage as far as it can go? Buckle up because here we go. First things first, understanding your income. Now, this might seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised at how many of us don't have a clear grasp on exactly how much money we're bringing in each month. And let me tell you, this is crucial. It's the foundation upon which your entire budget is built. Let's start with the basics. If you're working a minimum wage job, your income might seem pretty straightforward. You multiply the hours you work by your hourly wage, and voila, you've got your income. But here's the thing, it's not always that simple. There are other factors you need to consider. For instance, are your hours consistent week to week? If not, you'll need to calculate an average. Look at your past few months of work, add up your total hours, and divide by the number of weeks. This will give you an average weekly income, which you can then multiply by 4 to get your average monthly income. Now, what about additional sources of income? Do you have a side gig? Do you receive any government benefits or financial aid? These are all things that should be included in your total monthly income. Every penny counts, especially when you're budgeting on a minimum wage. And don't forget about irregular income. Maybe you sell crafts online and some months are busier than others. Or perhaps you do seasonal work that brings in extra cash at certain times of the year. This income might not be consistent, but it's still income. Add up what you make in a year from these sources and divide by 12 to get a monthly average. Remember, the goal here is to get a clear, accurate picture of your total monthly income. Don't guess, don't estimate, do the math, be precise. Knowledge is power, and in this case, that power can help you build a budget that truly works for you. So let's recap. To understand your income, you need to consider your base pay from your primary job, any additional income sources, and any irregular income. Add it all up, and there you have it. Knowing exactly what comes in every month is the first step towards mastering your budget. Next up, getting a handle on where your money is going. This is one of the most vital steps in budgeting, and let me assure you, no expense is too small to track. Whether it's a daily cup of coffee, a monthly subscription, or an annual insurance premium, every penny counts, and it's important to know exactly where it's going. Now you might be thinking, how on earth do I keep track of all my expenses? Well, there are numerous ways to do it, and the best method depends on what works for you. Let's talk about a few options. First and foremost, there's the good old-fashioned way of jotting down every expense in a notebook. It's simple, it's effective, and it doesn't require any fancy technology. Every time you make a purchase or pay a bill, write it down. This method may seem a bit tedious, but it's a great way to become acutely aware of your spending habits. Next, there's the technological route. In this digital age, there are countless apps available that can help you track your expenses. Many of these apps will categorize your expenses for you, making it easy to see where most of your money is going. Some even offer insights into your spending patterns and provide suggestions for where you could potentially cut back. Lastly, if you're a bit more tech-savvy, you might consider using a spreadsheet. Spreadsheets allow you to customize your expense tracking to fit your specific needs. You can create categories, set up formulas to calculate totals, and even create graphs to visualize your spending. Regardless of the method you choose, the key is consistency. Make it a habit to track your expenses daily. It might sound like a chore, but over time it becomes second nature. By tracking your expenses, you gain a clear picture of where your money is going, which is crucial for effective budgeting. Remember, knowledge is power, and when it comes to managing your money, being in the know can make all the difference. Now that you know your income and expenses, it's time to create a budget. Creating a budget isn't as intimidating as it sounds. Think of it as a financial roadmap, outlining where your money should go each month. A well-planned budget can help you meet your needs, fulfill your wants, and even save for future goals. Begin by listing all your sources of income. This might be your minimum wage job, any side hustles, or other forms of income. Add them all up to get your total monthly income. Next, you'll want to jot down your expenses. Start with the necessities: rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, and healthcare. These are your needs. Then move on to your wants, like entertainment, dining out, and other discretionary spending. Finally, don't forget to include contributions to savings or debt repayments. Now, let's arrange these expenses in order of priority. Your needs should always come first. If your income doesn't cover all your expenses, you'll need to make some tough decisions about what to cut back on. It's usually the wants that get trimmed first. Consider ways to reduce unnecessary spending. Perhaps you could cook at home more often or use public transportation instead of a car. Remember, small changes can make a big difference over time. Now subtract your total expenses from your total income. If you're left with a positive number, great. That's money you can put towards savings or paying off debt. If it's a negative number, don't panic. This just means you need to revisit your expenses and find more ways to cut back. Consider using a budgeting app or a simple spreadsheet to keep track of everything. These tools can provide a visual representation of your budget, making it easier to see where your money is going and where you can make adjustments. Remember, a budget isn't set in stone. It's a flexible tool that should adjust with your life and financial situation. With a well-crafted budget, you'll have a roadmap to financial stability, even on a minimum wage income. Creating a budget is one thing, but sticking to it, that's where the real challenge lies. You've heard this before, right? But don't worry, we're here to help you conquer this challenge. The first step to sticking to your budget is setting financial goals. This is the compass that guides your financial journey. Your goals could be as simple as saving for a rainy day or as ambitious as buying a house. The key is to set realistic and achievable goals that motivate you to stay on track. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, so don't get discouraged if you find yourself straying off the path initially. Just dust yourself off and get back on track. Next, make a habit of creating a shopping list before you hit the store. A list not only helps you remember what you need, but also helps you resist the temptation of impulse purchases. Think of your shopping list as a roadmap, guiding you through the aisles of the store, steering you clear of the detours that could lead you off your budget path. And lastly, find free or inexpensive ways to have fun. Yes, you heard that right. Fun doesn't always have to come with a big price tag. There are plenty of ways to enjoy your free time without breaking the bank. How about a picnic in the park, a hike in the woods, or a movie night at home? You'll be surprised by how much you can save by making small changes to your lifestyle. And remember, it's okay to treat yourself occasionally as long as you're not going over your budget. After all, the purpose of a budget isn't to restrict you, but to empower you. It's about making your money work for you, not the other way around. Sticking to your budget might be tough at first, but with time, it will become second nature. So keep going, stay motivated, and before you know it, you'll be a budgeting pro. Budgeting on a minimum wage income may seem daunting, but it's not impossible. Let's quickly revisit the key points we've covered. First, understanding your income. It's critical to know exactly how much money you're bringing home each month. This becomes the foundation of your budget. Next, we dove into the importance of tracking your expenses. Know where your money is going. Whether it's a cup of coffee or a utility bill, every penny counts. Then, we discussed creating a budget. This is your financial roadmap, designed to guide you towards your financial goals. It's not set in stone, but rather it's a flexible tool that adapts to your needs. Finally, we touched on sticking to your budget. Consistency is key here. It might be challenging at times, but remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Remember, every small step towards better budgeting is a step towards financial stability. You've got this.